I want you to know another form, energy, name for God is intention. God is intention. And I have 4 Rottweilers. And when I go home and I sit down, and the dogs will just lay there and sleep. And I call their name. I say, Gort. That's my intention for him. And he lays there and I go, Gort. He goes, uh-oh, that's different than Gort. None of the other dogs move. He gets up, comes over and goes, what do you want? I say, where's your ball, Gort? He goes, oh my God, something I'm interested in. And he splits for the ball. And his intention is, no matter what I'm doing with anybody else, he's going to play ball with me. And he puts the ball right where I can't miss it. And the people that's played with Gort know what I'm talking about. And that dog's intention, when you pick up the ball, he looks at that ball. He doesn't look at you, he looks at that ball. And he looks, and you know damn well he's looking at that ball. And you can go like this with your hand, and he just focuses on that thing. Then you say, Gort, back up. And he looks at you, and you go, no. You say, Gort, you want the ball? Back up. He backs up 2 steps. Finally, you take the ball and you throw it just so hard that you know you're going to break his teeth out, and you just wham it at him. And he catches it and brings it back and drops it right in your lap and backs up and goes, do it again. Now, I don't know if you know, but God is sort of like Gort. No matter how hard you throw and hit God, he brings it right back and goes, do it again. It's called reincarnation. And you keep coming back thinking it's a game. But the amazing thing is, it is a game, but it's a game that ends at some point to your disadvantage physically and spiritually unless you wake up. You'll come and work in this world, get married, have kids, spend your life in slavery to car payments, house payments, working long 8 hours a day, die, and you can take none of that with you. Not a bit of it goes with you. It's held in repository for you to come back and collect it and redo it. And the very thing that is going to go and is going to live and does not die is the soul, you, the eternal one, the divine one, God in this form. Or you say, this is the moment I waited for. If it is, don't make a choice, but make your intention. As soon as you do that, the Spirit quickens and moves, because intention is God. Years ago, we used to do contributions, and contributions are sort of interesting. Okay.
My name is John, and it's really been a lot of things, just as this seminar's been growing and happening with all of you. One of the things that has come up is I realized I wondered what it'd be like to be in a seminar with JR doing contribution. And when I started out about 7 years ago, I was up in Northern California and did the tape seminars, and we did contributions, and I heard about JR doing seminars with contributions, so this is a real treat for me. And also just the simplicity of being here. It's real special. When I first heard we were coming up to Alaska, at least that some of us were coming, it was like, oh boy, you know, I'd really like to get up here, and I'm experiencing why it is. There's something real beautiful that's present, and this setting is like, it's absolutely perfect. And for me to have a real intimate atmosphere in a log cabin with no electricity and a pump over there, and then the people that are living in the environment to make this contact, and the real warm reception that we were welcomed into today has just been real beautiful. And then it's just been so nice connecting in with each of you that are sharing and relating inside of me, like that's what this whole connection I have with JR is, and light. It's always been a new reality, like coming out of the water, and I remembered the first seminar I was in where JR was present while contributions were going on. He didn't do a seminar that night, he just was present there to retreat. And I shared at the seminar in my contribution that it was like a feeling that I was a dog that had been out in the wet and the cold and the storm for a long, long time. And I finally got allowed to come in. And there was a fire and a loving family. And, just a real, it's a real deep thing in me. And there's a real deep feeling of family in MSIA that if I start to talk about it, it shakes me up inside. It's like this thing that wants to come babbling out like a volcano. And I don't know the depth of it yet. I'm still encountering it and experiencing it, and it's something that since I first had contact with JR that it's been unraveling and coming up, and it's the thing that I feel the most connected to in my entire life. And I guess it's called spiritual awareness, or it's called God, or it's called the traveler. I don't know the titles for it. I just know the energy or the experience of it that keeps coming anew and alive every day. And I'm so thankful to be here.
Okay, thank you, John. I'm Michael. And I'm really thankful too, beyond any words, for being here at one. And this is about the third month of a seminar I've been at since February with JR and the rest of these guys. And that feeling of family, I thought I had with my family, and then I reconnected to something much greater, a family of all of us, which you in particular have shared with me just 24 hours a day. And I find that family seems to keep growing everywhere that we go. There's people that I know inside, and that part that's inside of every one of those people I know. And it's kind of, it's amazing to me. I just felt a tremendous warmth. And looking back at, for whatever reasons, brought me to be with you and be traveling with you is a remarkable experience. And the experience goes beyond wherever we are. I mean, this place is amazing. It's like a dream. It's like that place in from out of the cold. But there's another place inside that, which is in here, which just seems to keep growing and strengthening. And it doesn't matter where we go, really, anymore. And the water's a real strong connection for me, always has been. And I remember an experience last year where I went on a long paddle one morning by myself out to this little bitty island. And I didn't know it was out there or anything. I went out and I was just kind of singing inside. I just felt a real strong It's like I felt this family thing, but I didn't know how to describe it or what it was or anything. It was going on inside me. It's sort of a singing kind of a place. And when I got out there were hundreds of seals all over this rock. Nobody around. I just was kind of frightened inside. And so I kind of looked at it, calculating, well, should I do that? I really want to. Everything in me wanted to go and get on that island. But I kind of just floated around in the water on my surfboard and was sort of tempted to do it. Finally, I just took a real deep breath and just went off and touched this island. I was real tired and I dragged myself up on it. And I felt like kind of a king. I got up and I started clapping like a seal and making fly. I mean, there's nobody around. It just felt so good to have gone beyond a fear or a program and just, hey, I want to do that, so I'll just do it and go beyond the fear. And everywhere we've gone, I've seen people doing that, whether it's in seminars sharing or in inside events or here tonight. And you create a place, JR, that allows that to happen, just supports it happening. It's a love beyond any definition, word, or loving that can be described, but every single one of us in this room feels it inside here, because I know I do. And I just feel that deep loving for all of you and for myself, and I'm grateful for you being here. I love you. Okay.
I have been involved with MSIA for a short period of time, but it's a period of time that's been a very sad time in my life. And there's been a real specialness for me to be involved with these people, the Juno group of MSIA. And I feel that one of the things that has helped me through the trying times that I have been experiencing has been the support that I get from the people at the tape seminars. And by being able to put things in the light in a way that I have never experienced in the past has been just so beneficial to me. And I'm very glad for what all of this has been in my life as far as helping me through my life.
Can I ask you a question? You made a statement, and I'd just like to ask you what the statement means, and you don't even have to answer it. But it's something that could be educational for me. You use the word during a sad time. I've been in a sad time or to a sad time. And I'm wondering what you mean when you use the word sad. What does that mean to you? I have a reference point inside of me to the word sad. That doesn't mean go back and recap things in your mind. It's just more
No,
of
it's a loss of a love that was really special to me in a special way. The love isn't lost, just like lost, but it's also, to me it's sad because I wasn't and I'm still not completely able to cope with it. It's something I expect that I will grow from, but I'm not there yet.
Let me see if I can interpret for you.
Okay.
There's a love you have inside of you that you feel very strongly, and somebody out there represented it for you that made you know it more inside of you. And when that representation left, it took some of the feeling you had inside of you with them. So part of a feeling of with you is out there someplace with this representation of what was love to you. And if that could all come back to you so you feel complete and whole, either by the person coming back with it, or a new person coming in to take the place of it, to exemplify it exactly, or if you could come back into that place of you, inside of you, where you extended it out and pull it back so the place inside of you that is loving can have the total feeling without a representation in your mind of what that's supposed to be, then you could be okay with what's going on right now. Does that make sense to you?
Yes.
There's a phenomenon that takes place with people. It's called owning exactly everything inside of us, or giving over ownership to somebody else of part of us. Yeah. Sad news is we can never give over ownership to somebody. It's even difficult to share it. But probably a statement, let's say if you and I were lovers, as an example, a way to say this is when you're around, I feel more loving. A truer way of saying that is there's a place inside of me that is extremely loving, and I feel that loving much more inside of me when you're around. But if you walk away, that place inside of me still stays loving. That's owning the total power and energy of what the loving is. And it doesn't empower you over me, but lets the loving be what it is inside of me, and then yours can be what it is inside of you. When it reaches a certain place where you can no longer contain it, then there's a demonstration of it. That's called the sharing of it. But most of it seemed, when you were talking, that it was thought processes in the mind of looking back at pictures that you were making in your mind, and then seeing where the emotions were in connection with the pictures. And when you see some pictures, the emotions would not be full of loving. They would feel like a drain or a drop inside of you. So it didn't look like there was a support system coming up inside of you based upon the picture you were looking at in your mind. Does that seem familiar to you, what I'm saying? Without looking at pictures.
No, I was just trying to think about where I was when I said what I said that is giving this feedback to me.
It would still
now.
be the same right now because I still experience it right now.
What you said is definitely something I can relate to.
Okay, that's the big key. So it's like now and then, and in between there might be future, because it's just an experience I see with you. So if you're making pictures in your mind about someone out there, whatever emotional feeling you have has to go out to sustain the picture, to make it feel like it's real. But if there's no object out there, then the mental thought goes out, the emotional feeling goes out, but there's no physical body to sustain it, so it falls. As it falls inside of you. It could even go down the pit of your stomach. Then when it gets down there, you've identified it as sad.
Yes.
And it's really just that the energy fell. If we just took away all type of labels and said the energy, your emotional mental energy fell down into your body, and you want to bring it up here where there's a free-flowing energy form, what you can't do is take the picture and put it out there on an object that's not there and expect to sustain it emotionally, but you can do it inside of you. You can have a picture inside of you, a thought, get a feeling that matches it, and then see if you can hold on to it physically inside of you. Now most people get a thought, like I see a beautiful woman, I feel like I want to have her, but she won't go out with me. So then it falls downside and then I label the thing rejected rather than the energy dropped. Do you understand that? Oh, she rejects me, she doesn't like me, she'll hate me. So then I've now got a word level called rejection that brings up other pictures of the past. It could have been long ago, far, far back, because words bring pictures. So then I not only have the picture of the immediate rejection, I got it strung out into some others also. So then I get to say, it always happens to me like that. Then now I've loaded the guns and put them against my brains. And that's just a form of mental emotional suicide. If I have a thought and a feeling to match it and I can't move on it physically, then I immediately change the thought and the feeling to something I can do. So the pictures you make in your mind are habitual now. In other words, you've done it enough that you could just be going someplace and the picture just come in out of the clear blue sky. What that says is you're hallucinating outside of your field of awareness. The unconscious is hallucinating because the person isn't there. So it's a hallucination. And it comes sweeping up, comes through you. The things drop down, you go, oh God, what's that dropped feeling? Oh, it's because of, then you think and feel the thing all over again. Reprogram it, put it down, store it. You see how that works?
Do I ever?
Okay, that's real difficult, but there's a real easy cure to it. As strange as it may seem, you can't deal with anything outside of the level of your awareness, for the simple reason you don't know it's there. But as soon as it does come into your level of awareness, you have to cancel what's going on. You have to cancel it. The way you cancel it is mentally. As soon as it comes up, you just say, stop. Now, as you're looking at me, just get a picture in your mind. And when you got it, just nod your head. Any kind of picture. Okay, change the picture. Did it go away? No, before you even closed your eyes. As soon as I went like that, your picture changed. That's another way of saying stop. You ever see somebody try to flag down a car? They go like this, because it stops a person from thinking where they're going and they have to focus on the new thing. Well, that's how you do it outwardly. So inwardly, now when I see people do it, I say time out. And they go, oh. And they go time out. Because they make a word in their mind, a picture that says, don't do anything on the word time out. But the other thing is to tell your mind inside, stop. Now, the first 30, 40 times it won't, or it might. But it doesn't matter, because if it stops at number 31, you got it made. But if it doesn't, it'll still do the next 5,000. But if you can do it, if you can confront it 5,001 times and stop it, you don't have to do the next 10,000. So you might say, how long do I have to do it? And I say, well, until it stops. But the mind will listen to you, because you're the one that put the picture in there. You, whoever I'm talking to, put the picture in your mind. You, whoever I'm talking to, brought the emotions up to sustain it, to make it real, your perception of reality. Now, I don't know if it's true or not, because I don't even care to talk about that. But it's true to you. So we have to deal with it as though it was really true. So your perception of the truth is what's bothering you, because something inside of you is convinced it happened just exactly that way. So if it is true and it happened that way, there's no reason to change it, and how can I? But maybe it didn't happen that way. That's what I like to suggest to you. And that you can take a picture in your mind, put that picture there, and with the imagination, just take two great big brushes and just paint black X's across it. Now a lot of people say, oh no, I wouldn't do that to my memory. The memory's so precious. I say, what do you mean? It's killing you. But what happens when you paint it out, that's an action inside the mind that fits a mechanism that the emotion can't get into. Because the emotion doesn't know how to react to black X's. And we can show everybody black X's, and we say, what's your emotional feeling? You go, I don't know. So then you fantasize one. If you just see black X's, you can't relate to it. To get the idea, there's nothing there. If we say it's a cross, then you go to a cross and you make a picture, a label, and make a cross appear. And then run your emotions based upon what a cross means to you. So as soon as you X those out, the emotions can't come up. When they can't come up, you still get to have the picture of what happened, but you don't get to have the emotions run the picture against you, which you call sadness. That's how I've been experiencing that with you. So you still get to have the experience, the memory, the picture, but not running you. It's one of those things then that becomes a resource to you in your life to help you cope with other things that appear, because now you know how to deal with it. Instead of a cursed event that happened to you, God, how do I get out of it? And how do I grow from it? And I'm saying, that's really a poor excuse to try to grow from something that was so tremendously loving and nurturing inside of you, is not to grow from it, neither to sustain it, but to use it as a resource inside of you. As soon as it becomes a resource, other people who have difficulties along the same line will come seeking you out, not knowing why. And when they start to tell you what it is, you will already have the resource, and when you talk, they'll know the truth that you speak. Because you're speaking from experience. And you're resourcing yourself, sourcing the truth. And when they hear it and you explain how you do it and you work with it, they go, oh, yeah. They start then curing, nurturing, healing. But the experiences don't go away. If you wipe out the experience, you're a robot to the new choice. The same as you're a robot to the choice you got now. You get to understand the idea? Like the choice comes at you and you can't do anything about it. If we wipe that out and give you another choice, you're a robot to the new choice. So you got to have this choice and this one and this one and this one and a whole new one. That's called resourcing. Good therapists, good counselors have a whole repertoire of experiences of their life to bring forward. Now, did you notice how the energy with all that's changed? Inside of you.
Yes.
Now, you feel a strength with it.
I feel definitely more comfortable with it.
Comfortable, yeah. Well, comfortable is a strength. When we're in an uncomfortable area, we don't feel strong. We
I feel clearer also.
I wasn't talking to the part of you that knew how to do what you were doing. I was talking to the part of you that didn't know how to do what you were doing. And as I was talking to it, you were monitoring it. Because you already knew what you knew. But you didn't know what it knew. So I was telling you what it knew. And as I told you, you'd go, right, yeah, it was below your level of awareness, but still it was running in there. So all we did was surface it, and you go, that's what I've been feeding. Okay, I'll let you grow up now. You can mature. Now, how long ago did this incident happen as an idea? A year, 2 years ago? 6 months ago?
It's been back and forth for 8, 9 months.
Okay, so looking at a year as an idea, because it probably started back before it surfaced.
Before I became aware.
Yeah, because it's in that unconscious area.
Right.
The energy that you have to use to hold and suppress an action around you turns your creative life force in. When the life force goes in and it's not an uplifting action, it goes down. That means the face pulls in, the body pulls in, it feels like you're being compressed and like an implosion. When that energy comes available to you, it starts to lift open like a flower and lift out, and your face lifted. So as I was talking to you, I knew when I was on the track, because your face started opening up like a flower. With that, I don't even have to know the incident. It's immaterial.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
Just have to know the process. So people can say all sorts of things and contributions and get free, and people don't even know what they've talked about except the person went through a process. And what I did is I verbalized the process for you. And now that you heard it verbalized, you can just do it mentally. Anytime, any place you want to. You may want to like visualize yourself back here sitting down going, okay, wait a minute, just a second. Oh, I get it, okay. And restructure the pleasant feeling here. What happened is you're using a year-old method. How old are you now?
44.
Okay. You're using a 43-year-old method to run a 44-year-old woman. But it goes back more than 43. This thing goes way back into 8, 9, 10 years old. So what we got here actually is you using, this sounds like a real put down, but it isn't, it's just information. And that might be for all of us that do that. Using an 8-year-old response, emotional response, to make decisions for you when you're 44 years old. Now, that's crazy. Because you're a more mature woman now with more mature explanations and understandings of your life. And you've got to take those maturities back into the 8-year-old situation. It goes like this. Gee, when I was 8 years old, I didn't have courage, I didn't have confidence. I wouldn't speak up for myself. I do that now. Well, that 8-year-old don't care because it's already got the pattern set. So you have to go back to the 8-year-old with the feelings of courage, confidence, and strength and plant them in the 8-year-old with visual technique. You go back in your mind and you say, gee, when that incident happened, you know, I was courage. Now I would speak up for myself. I can speak up. I can have courage. I can have strength. And it's okay the way it happened because now I know better. And you can, if you do it with your eyes closed, you can open your eyes. And the response changes immediately right here because you didn't go anywhere.
When you're going back to 8 years old, are you saying, or whatever age, that the programming for response took place at that time, and this is what is coming forth now, the same programming that took place at age 8?
The same response is coming forward. You're handling it like a 44-year-old woman, not well, because it's not going away. So you have to go back to where the incidents had the key effects. You may have to backtrack to 37, 33, 29, 25. As you go back to these incidents that have emotional charges in your life, they'll all feel almost the same. And you look at them and you think, oh God, I said things I shouldn't have said, and I put my heart out on my sleeve and I stomped on it, and I did that before and before and before. And so those responses are all coming right up to today. And you're saying, yeah, God, I'm ready to go into another, and the heart's right out there, and I'm going to get smashed again, and I don't want to, and I'm hurting, so I'm withdrawing, and that hurts, because I want to love and be loved, and I want to share and be nurtured and nurture someone. But I can't based upon these whole line of emotional responses. Mm-hmm. So it's like dominoes. So you can either go back to 8 and hit the dominoes forward, or go from 44 and hit the dominoes backwards. But miss one, and that response will come forward. That's not bad news. When it comes forward, you go, gotcha, and you go back and change it. Now, if you do age regression, hypnotic age regression, that won't work because you're going back reliving the thing with the same intensity and you haven't got anything clear in it. So all you've done is fortify it. So you have to go back there with all the confidence and ability of today. So you stay present and take yourself back into that situation because it's only make-believe. In other words, it's fictitious. It ain't real. It's real right now. See, that's mythology. But mythology is running you. So go back and restructure your mythology to the way you want it. Now, it's a trick. It's just a darn right trick. It's a dirty trick, except it works. When that thing goes, phew, now let's go. The energy that's stuck back down in the unconscious, because it still hallucinates and carries on, comes up forward, and that area comes clear, and you feel whole, complete, and you're ready to go out there and meet the world again. But this time you're meeting it with the ability levels that you have present with you Plus the old ability levels aren't pulling on you. There's no fear. There's no yeah buts in there. It's I'll do this, and the way I do it will be the way I do it, and how it turns out will be how it turns out, and I'm going to live with that, and it'll be okay. Then when it happens, it will be okay, because you already said it would. Did you get that?
I think so.
Well, you're making
It's
things
a lot to get.
Now, you're making things okay or not okay inside of you. You're doing it. Nobody else in the room is.
Right.
So if you're making things not okay,
I'm doing it.
you're doing it. And if you can make it not okay, why not make it okay just because it'd be to your advantage? And you don't have to tell anybody else anything. Just inside of you, it's just like, that's okay. It's, I ran the car over the cliff. That's just got to be okay because I did it. I can't keep killing myself because I ran the car over the cliff. Once is enough. I did it once and that's it. Now if you're saying, well, I want to learn from it, then don't keep going over it. Go from it. To learn from it, you have to go from it. If you keep going in it, then you're learning in it, but you haven't learned anything. If you're saying, well, I hit the brake, I would have done this, I would have done that, it's like, go ahead and do it in your mind and set the whole thing up how you didn't go over the cliff. And you go, but it's not true, I did go over the cliff. That's okay, do it anyway. So you restructure your personal history, you bring it up, the car went over the cliff and you're okay because you got a new car. People get phobias that way, and that's how they get rid of phobias. The phobia is not important. It never has been. It's how you go about dealing with it. If you have a phobia about climbing in a lion's den, the way you deal with it is not be concerned about climbing in the lion's den. You deal with the process. You don't climb in the lion's den. See, that's the process. You deal with that. So you never have to deal with the object. Let somebody else feed the lions. Now that all translates back down to your own personal experiences. I can just deal with my process. When I go start thinking these things, I'll just change them and think of something else. Anything else?
I'll work on that one for a while.
Yeah. And tell yourself you can do it instantly. If you see what you did, you say, well, I'll work on it for a while, which now sets up a while. And you can say, I'm going to work on that instantly. That one's done. Do you guys understand what I'm saying? There's no need to reprogram yourself in another way. Go, wham,
Gotcha.
Yeah. Okay. Anything else?
Very special.